ideal person, and they say your music rocks. And I was actually listening to your music right here at VMC Planet Radio. We actually played one song from you. We are still going to play more songs. Welcome to VMC Planet Radio.
Thanks for having me.
So you are a musician. Where are you speaking from?
Right now I'm in California, United States.
You are in California, United States.
Yeah.
And we are talking. So the music bug, when did it hit you?
The music bug, I guess it hit me from I was in the womb, because I came out loving music.
You came out loving music. So tell me something. Do you play any instruments?
A little keyboard, but not much. I like to do more of it.
Which is a very very good thing. So in terms of singing, when did you realize that you are such a good singer yourself?
I guess from a little child, before I reached 10 years old, I was always performing in church and in school, and the audience loved me. They cheered me on, so it made me happy. They gave me a lot of gifts. I felt like super special.
So where do you draw your inspiration from?
Artists such as Jimmy Cliff, Many Rivers to Cross, Bob Marley. Them I got tired for see my face. Yeah.
Now, there's something in common with those two songs. Why specifically those two songs?
It has a lot to do with me, because people tend to think that I'm always finished, that I'm done. And I always seem to rise from the ashes. My lowest moments are my greatest, accomplishments or, stages of rising, and Many Rivers to Cross. It's like no matter what I go through and I think that that's it, something else comes up. But then I realize later on that I go through these things to write the most, heart-rending songs based on experiences.
So are you the type of a person who use setbacks as stepping stones?
Yeah. I definitely use my experiences as stepping stones because I realize that I'm not the only one who go through these things. I'm just one of the boldest who's willing to say that I go through certain things.
So very interesting. So as a musician, what are the things that worries you most?
What are the things that what?
That worries you most? What makes you worry as a musician?
Well, I worry about, like, for example, what's going on in Jamaica right now, the Broadcasting Corporation no longer wanting certain songs to be played. I'm like, what if they had done this a long time ago, not playing songs relating to murders, etc.? How many lives could have been saved? So I worry about things like that, bringing across the right music, to the younger generation, because we are responsible for a lot of their actions.
Now, so where you are now, would you say, are you a native of Jamaica or of America?
Jamaica all the way. Jamaica all the way. Yeah. I have a special love for my country.
Okay. Jamaica is actually known for a whole lot of things, right?
Yeah.
One of which, is the reggae music, but it's also tropical and fruits. Now, you being a native of Jamaica, do you regard yourself as an Idealist?
Idealist? Not really, but that's the way to definitely go with all these sicknesses. It's best to go idle. It's best to be a vegetarian. The Rastafarian way, no doubt, is the right way to go.
They say one should never ask a woman their age. But
Mm-hmm.
how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 53 years old. Why wouldn't you ask a woman, her age when it shows that she have grown in wisdom and she's blessed to have lived this long, with everything that's going on? I'm happy to be 53 years old. I've been waiting to reach 55 years old because I always knew that. Yeah, from I was a child, I've been waiting to reach 55 because I know that that's the year that, I'll be healthy, wealthy, and strong, vibrant,
and
alive.
and I like the word vibrant because in itself, if you are 53 and you are proud of these years, it talks to the wisdom that you have, especially as a woman, because women don't want to reveal their age. I don't know if it is the it thing or what is the problem, but for you to hear you say that, it makes me feel so very happy and proud.
Oh, yes, I'm 53 years old and mother of 13 beautiful children. And nobody
How many?
can let me say anything otherwise. I'm a proud woman, a proud black woman.
So how many kids do you have?
13 beautiful children that I gave birth to. And I'll
So you
never take
gave
that
birth.
back.
So
I'll never take that. But what am I ashamed of? I'm proud. I'm
so
blessed.
you've got you've given birth to 13.
One, three.
Uh, so those children, those 13 children, are they all alive?
They're all alive and well. And my last set of twins, they're about to be 18 in a couple of months.
So set of twins. So how many set of twins do you have?
Actually, I had two sets, but one of my twins died. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm so sorry to hear that. So tell me about, in fact, before you tell me about how you raising them, how were you raised yourself?
I was raised by my grandparents in Jamaica because after my mom gave birth to me, she left me with my grandmother at 6 weeks old in Jamaica. I was conceived in Bahamas. She went to Jamaica, gave birth to me, and left me in Jamaica. And over the years, I felt abundant. I was always told that I was abundant by my mom. But, as I grew, I came to realize that she did what was best for me.
She, I like that outlook that you have in life. Now, having grown up through all of those, how did you then raise your kids?
Well, my mother wasn't there, and, I've gone through many things and I try to hold on to my kids no matter what, based on the fact that my mother wasn't able to be there for me. Not because she chose to, she just wasn't able to because she wasn't a resident of the U.S. She was in hiding. She didn't have her right documentation. She had to wait for over, a decade, for over 10 years before she got her papers. So I made it my duty and obligation to be there, especially for my daughters. I fight for my children because my mother wasn't there to protect me during my earlier childhood. I was raped, I was molested, and I wanted to make sure that the same thing didn't happen to my sons or daughters.
Mm. Now, of your 13 kids, which one is your favorite?
Everyone, there's something special about each and every one. And what I found out years ago, never have a favorite because you may end up being very disappointed. So to be honest with you, I would say that my favorite child is a child in the ghetto that I didn't give birth to, that I can look into that child's eyes and I see Jesus Christ. I don't have to specifically give birth to that child for it to feel like my own.
Mm. Now, when you look at all your kids, what is it that they remind you of?
They remind me of the promised seed,
Mm.
of God blessing, a particular seed. But although God bless them, they feel like they're entitled to certain things, and they
Mm.
don't believe that they should really still earn God's love and respect. So I I'm happy to have my kids, but I also feel like they think that I'm obligated or God is obligated to do for them because their mother pleases him, you know.
Now, in terms of unity for, I mean, 13 kids, how have you instilled the spirit of togetherness within them? Are they a unit?
It is hard to instill the spirit when family members, social media, people who you consider to be friends, try to separate family. But, when they're going through hard times, I come through for them to let them realize that family is everything and that unity is love and that we have to stick together to make it through. Especially now with the pandemic and hardship and everything, what we do is back each other. If one isn't able to pay the bill, we all come together and help that individual. And, and we also bond through music.
So, are they also musicians?
Oh yeah, like I said, it was instilled in me. It's the same thing with them. They love to write. It's just a part of them. They write great poetry, great rap, great songs. It's a part of them.
So, have you raised them within the Jamaican culture or the American culture?
Well, if you're walking around with a Jamaican mom, a lot of Jamaicanism is gonna rub off on you. You get what I'm saying? But I think they are more Jamaican more than American because the food I give to them and the God that I take with me that I introduce them to, I would say that it came from the roots of Jamaica.
Oh, okay. Now, do you have a Bible yourself?
Of course, but you will find that after a while, you have to inscribe those words on your heart. It's not just walking around with a book. It has to be written on your heart, because when it's written on your heart, you're able to draw for those words when you need it, when there's no book around.
So, what is the latest thing that you prayed for?
The latest thing that I prayed for was 4 months rest of social media. Yeah, I'd like to have 4 months to just be at peace and to just not be tracked. Everyone know where I'm going, what I'm doing, what I'm all about. I feel I need that time in my life. Just 4 months.
So when you talk about peace in your mind, as soon as the words come out of your lips, what comes to your mind when you say peace?
Peace to me is not laziness and tranquility and sitting and saying Peace to me really is finding out more about this Christ, this God. Who am I? And it's more than reading a story. And the story is about a set of people from Israel or Jerusalem, but you ain't see talking about nobody black. And you have to wonder, where were we? Who am I? So peace to me is really finding my true ancestors and understanding more about our culture. Who am I? Understanding more about the clothes, the design, the hairstyle, that is the peace that I'm searching for. I need to know myself because I do believe that black people are royal or it just hurts to think about it. But I think that we are more than just slaves, that we are royalties.
When was the last time that you cried?
I woke up crying 2 nights ago. It's the first it ever happened in my entire life. And I cried. It felt like baptism to my soul. It was a strange dream, but it was the truth. I had given my all, but it wasn't returned unto me. Basically the dream was saying everything that I gave, I got knocked down for being a good person. So I woke up crying.
No, I understand. So So, what do you pray for now currently?
I tell you, I need peace. I would like to like go to Africa, no cameras, no jeans, and hoodies. I just want to I want to merge with my true culture. I believe that I'm the first from my family to really want this and go after this, but I want to find my true self. This is not me. I want to know my real God. I don't want to envision God in the sky or nothing like that. I want the realness of it all.
Have you ever been in Africa before?
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I had a place in Africa more than once, and that was like my birth, my wake up call when everything became more realistic. Before then I used to just close my eyes and pray, but coming to Africa caused me to open my eyes wide and look around me and realize that you cannot just read a book to find out the truth. You have to go out there and find it out for yourself. Because before I emerged in the beautiful continent of Africa, I thought it was just, monkeys and lions and poverty, and I came to realize that I came from a continent that is super wealthy, with the culture, the people, the mannerism, honesty, and then I said, this is the Bible. This is the Garden of Eden. This is heaven. I felt embraced by the ocean. I felt as if nature spoke to me, and I've never been the same. I cannot be the same anymore.
You cannot be the same anymore. So you are being listened to from South Africa. We are in Johannesburg, and we are VMC Planet Radio. And the people in the continent also log on via www.vmcplanetradio.co.za. Now, what would you like to say to everybody that is listening to you?
I love your country so much, and I know that a lot of you want to know the Western world and be a part of the Western world. But if you only know the value of what you have, if you only knew how much what you have is what a lot of people want, and to be grateful. And no matter what you see on television, to continue serving God the way you best know how, and to continue living, and walking a sacred life, living the sacred life, because it's not everything that glitter is gold. We may have more technology abroad and everything else, but we may not have God.
I would like to say thank you so very much for coming through. We really appreciate it. A lot of people loved your song when we were playing it. Here in Africa, they say you are a breath of fresh air. Some say you sound like a very, very wonderful person. Keep it up. And yeah, we really appreciate you. Maybe one day we might meet, but we are really glad that technology connected us.
Yes, well, continue loving each other. I love you all, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you so very, very much. We really appreciate. That was DJ Mona Lisa right here at VMC Planet Radio. She is a lovely artist, and she's not afraid to say her age as well. Thank you so very, 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 very much for coming through. We really appreciate her. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you also for you for joining us as we welcome